Something's got to give for the Philadelphia Phillies. Tonight it's game 2 of this 4-game series, but more importantly, they're looking to stop a 6-game losing streak, taking on a Chicago Cubs team that has won 6 consecutive games. Here we are at beautiful Wrigley Field. Hey everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ruben Amaro Jr. All right, so you figure something's got to give, not only for Jesus Luzardo, who's the starter for the Phillies tonight, but for the Phillies offense overall.
Yeah, a really big matchup today against two very good left-handers in Luzardo and Imanaga. And Imanaga was just amazing against the Phillies this last time out. You see with the numbers here, Imanaga's been throwing the ball extremely well. Luzardo definitely needs to bounce back.
Yeah, and they're wondering if he'll use a little more four-seamer today. What we do know is that the last start for Imanaga against the Phillies, he used a lot of splitters, but he used a lot of other pitches, too, to get a lot of swings and misses.
It was a dominating performance by Shota Imanaga. 1 walk, 11 punch-outs, arguably one of his best overall outings in the 3 years he's pitched in the big leagues. And Phillies are going to have to solve them some way or another.
All right, Audi gives us a look at the StatCast numbers of his swings and misses. I mean, it's an amazing amount of swings and misses. In fact, it's a career high for him. But look at the splitter swings and misses.
26 swings and misses overall. 14 out of 23 swings were missed by the Phillies. That's an amazing number, 61%. And they got to solve them. They got to use the middle of the field and try to recognize that pitch.
All right, we talked about left-handers and what the Phillies have done this year against left-handed starters. We're not including openers, but against left-handed starters. Our Liberty Mutual field coverage shows those numbers. It's devastatingly bad right now. 0-7 against regular left-handed starting pitchers and a 155 batting average.
What is amazing about this is the Phillies were one of the best teams in baseball last year against left-handers, and this year obviously nothing good about any of these numbers, and it's going to have to improve, and that's one of the reasons why we see a little bit of a different lineup here today.
Yeah, Felix Reyes is going to be in the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Our giant home run replay was his first major league at-bat against Chris Sale, of all people.
Really impressive. This guy's got light tower power. Watching him take batting practice here at Wrigley Field, hitting balls way out of this ballpark. It's nice to see him get an opportunity. Hopefully he can take advantage of it. And the Phillies need a little spark.
Yeah, that's what Rob Thompson said today is the reason why he put him in the cleanup spot with Adolis Garcia batting in the 5th spot. All right, well, last night didn't go well for the Phils. It certainly did for the Cubs. They played great defense. They had timely hitting. We have lineups in first pitch for Game 2 coming up next. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. The Toyota RAV4 is the best-selling vehicle in America. Visit Toyota.com or your local tri-state Toyota dealer today. By Xfinity. Get reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years and same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com.
Chevy trucks are as capable and
The most accurate forecast 10 years in a row. 68 degrees right now at game time. Very slight breeze. Humidity is about 60%. And the sun has been out all day. It was cool today, earlier today. And the wind was whipping along Lake Michigan. But it's not whipping as much right now, although the flags are moving pretty good.
It's gorgeous. It feels like a summer afternoon.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't want to say that we're there yet because it keeps changing, but we're getting there. People are filing into the bleachers, getting themselves ready to go. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. And we mentioned in the open that Felix Reyes is batting cleanup, playing left field. That moves Adolis Garcia to the number 5 spot. JT is back in the lineup. That's a good sign with the back stiffness that he's had. But those top 3 guys, they got to get them rolling. I mean, Harper's rolling right now, but collectively get them rolling. And they're facing Imanaga for the 2nd time in a week. This is his 5th start. His numbers are resembling what he did his first year in the major leagues, coming over from Japan. He's 32 years old. He won 15 games his first year.
Sure did. He was outstanding. And I think it has a lot to do with his velocity. His velocity has now jumped back up about 2 miles an hour faster on his velocity of his fastball. And it really is making his split a lot more effective.
StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, gives us a look at his arsenal.
And the 4-seam is just a really good pitch because he rides it up in the zone and a lot of swing and miss to it unless you've seen it before and you see the numbers against him, the batting average numbers against him. He's just been really good this year, and the Phillies are going to have to figure him out. Best way to do it, use that middle of the field.
Well, we've been talking a lot about his last start, and this is what he did. A career-high 11 strikeouts. He also had 26 whiffs in that game. Let's see if the Phillies can solve him 2nd time around. They could not solve Colin Ray last night, 2nd time around. And Trey Turner's ready to lead things off. Our first pitch tonight, game 2, is brought to you by Audi. Trey Turner hitting .244, couple home runs, and a first pitch inside. Vic Carapaza is the home plate umpire. Well, they just upped the temperature here in the press box. 72 degrees.
I'll start getting my sweat on.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Well, there's the splitter. There's Vic Carapaza.
I know Imanaga remembers that Turner jumped him early in the game, first hitter. Last time out.
Yeah, Trey has hit in 7 of 8 games. Out in front of that splitter again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's going to throw it again.
Why wouldn't you?
Turner's 4 for 29 against left-handed pitching. Nope. Oh, he does throw it again. That one looked a little harder than the previous one.
A little more firm.
See the career numbers. That home run that Ruben spoke of. Even though Trey's hitting just .244, he has hit in 16 of his last 19 games. And he's got the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies are 8-14. They are a staggering 7.5 games out of first place. That's jolting when you look at that as you head toward the end of April.
That's really early to be that far behind. Can be made up. That's the one good thing about it.
Schwarber waits on deck. And ball 4. Phillies have the leadoff batter aboard here in the first. Cubs defense. We don't have to tell you how good it was last night. They've moved some guys around, but not many. Carson Kelly's catching tonight. Matt Shaw is playing third base. Suzuki starting in right field. Those are the changes. But they did make some eye-popping plays in last night's ballgame. That was a lot of the talk before the ballgame around the dugout and the batting cage. Schwarber swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Over near the Cubs on deck circle, and away.
There were some encouraging things. You talked about the defense you saw from the Cubs, and you know, the Phillies have not had a ton of luck, but the encouraging thing about what I saw yesterday was there were some quality at bats and some balls hit really hard. Now the game could have changed with some of those hits with some men on, but again, you got to look for the positives here, and at the very least, you saw some barrels being struck.
Harper hitting .275, 22 hits so far, 4 home runs. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So far, 3 for 14 against the Cubs. Does have 1 home run. He hit a ball yesterday that I think everybody thought was going to be out of the yard in the first inning. Boy, that is really close to a balk. I know a lot of lefties are that way, but that front foot, oof.
Sort of a lost art in a lot of ways, that pickoff move. That's a good one.
That's good. Turner goes, pitch outside, throw to second base, shortstop side, and he has the base stolen.
I like to see that.
Yeah,
like
third
to see the early aggressiveness.
Third stolen base of the year for Trey.
I mean, he had got a phenomenal jump. Now, Carson Kelly threw this ball pretty well, but no chance to get Trey.
All right, now the other issue the Phillies have had, it's runners in scoring position. 0 for their last 24 with runners in scoring position. Check swing. They appeal. Ooh, wow.
Not sure if Mr. Moscoso was right on that one.
It was close, but I thought he held also. Two and one. Off the end of the bat, down the left field line, foul territory. Oh, play. Matt Shaw didn't really know where he was, but he found it at the last moment, and he makes the catch.
It's a really versatile player here for Craig Counsell's Cubbies. Made a heck of a catch yesterday in right field. Has played really well defensively. Swung the bat well for him. It's a nice play down the line.
Well, here's Felix Reyes making his second start in the big leagues. He had 6 home runs, 15 RBIs in AAA. Homered in his first major league at bat against Chris Sale. Takes way outside, 1-0. Last year was the Eastern League Player of the Year with a .335 batting average. Counting his time in AAA, he finished with a .331 batting average. 1 ball, no strikes. Inside 2-0.
It really is a heck of a story. I mean, this is a kid that was sort of floundering a little bit in low A ball, and then just took off last year, and is one of the best hitters in the Eastern League.
Yeah, 15 home runs, 65 runs batted in, a high OPS. Opposite way foul, and it's 2-1.
I will tell you this: watching him take batting practice is pretty special. I mean,
it's a show.
He can hit some balls a long way. But I've also, you know, during the course of the spring, was pretty impressed by his ability to use the other way.
Bounce toward the middle, backhanded by Horner, shaded that way, throws just in time. And the inning is over. He was shaded toward the middle, so he was able to play shortstop on that and make the play and leave one over at third. Jesus Luzardo already done warming up for tonight's ball game, getting ready to face the Cubs, who he's had success against, maybe not last week, but overall this year. 4 starts, a very high ERA. Runners on base, it's been an issue for him. His numbers are drastically higher when somebody, even if it's one base runner, gets on base. As he fires the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. A 4-seamer to Nico Horner. And the Phillies do have JT Realmuto back behind the plate tonight. Warner 6 for 18 so far against the Phils. Pops that one up. And Edmundo Sosa under it. Rest of the Cubs lineup brought to you by Xfinity. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Bregman's DHing tonight, and then Ian Happ. And then Seiya Suzuki's in right field batting cleanup. They move Pete Crow Armstrong to the number 9 spot tonight. Bregman takes strike one, 0-1. 3 hits lifetime against Luzardo, 2 home runs against him. Line drive out toward left field. Reyes will play it on a hop. And now we'll keep an eye on the numbers and the base runners for Luzardo, because the opposition is hitting .444 against him when there's a base runner on. Any base runner.
Astonishing.
Yeah. It'll bring Ian Happ up. I mean, that's a really high ERA.
It's amazing.
Yep. And overall, his chase rate is really high, 37%. That was a good note in the Phillies notes today about some of his positives. But you know, he even realizes it too. It's just with runners on, just trying to control the damage. That was a good pitch. And he'll go to second base, and he gets one. That was a good decision. He fired it to second.
And confidently. I didn't think there was a chance. I thought he was just going to pull up and go to first base, but not really athletic play. And most of these Phillies pitchers, those starters in particular, are very athletic. Heck of a play there.
And one of the points that we've seen on this road trip and even on the homestand is they have been working more and more on the PFP part of the game.
Yeah.
The pitchers, even infield work overall, because the defense has not been up to snuff.
Yeah, they keep working at it. There's no question about it. It's not like for a lack of work. It's just it's been kind of crazy how poorly they've been playing just overall.
Yeah, Dave Dombrowski met with the media today, and you know, he said a lot of the same things as Suzuki takes one to the dirt, and it's 1-1. Dave said, "I'm really surprised we aren't scoring more runs." He said, "I'm not worried." He said, "The hole doesn't bother me. We just have to play better." He said, "Defensively, offensively, and from a pitching standpoint," as Seiya Suzuki wanted to challenge that, but he took too long. One and two. Check swing, pitch in. They appeal, no swing. Dave said, "There's nothing enlightening that I can say. We haven't played well."
I was listening to him speak
As former GM,
and I'm thinking to myself, these are exactly the words I'd be using right now, because this team is a much better team than we've shown.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's the feeling that, you know, because they got knocked out of the playoffs early last year, you know, running it back, all those things. But the reality of it is, this is a talented group that's not playing well.
Happ will go, and Luzardo knows that, so he throws over. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Suzuki, 2 outs here in the first. Fouled back.
That's my catcher! That's my catcher!
That's his catcher, Tom. That's his catcher.
Catcher. I mean, you can't argue with him.
He made the play.
That's an error on the bat line.
It's nice to see him back behind the dish once again.
Oh, yeah. Popped up out of play.
Now, one of the things they did talk about, even though there was some talk about whether he's tipping his pitches with, you know, runners on in the stretch and that sort of thing, was the patterns with which he was throwing. Looks like he's going after guys with that 4-seamer as opposed to the sinker that he was using quite a bit.
Runner goes again. Pitch fouled. There's the 4-seamer as Ruben talked about. Yeah, so case in point, against the Cubs last week, he threw 25 two-seamers and threw 20 four-seamers. And the four-seamers is dominant pitch. Well, he's really battling here.
And the other part of that is I looked at inside those numbers on his sinker. He did not get one swing and miss on his sinker in that start last time against the Cubs. So you're going to see a lot more four-seamers, I think, from him.
Again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pulled toward third.
Oh, wow.
Picked on one hop by Bohm. Gets to his feet. Throws across the diamond in time. A heck of a play by Alec Bohm to end this first inning. No runs, a hit, 1 man left. We're on to the second here in Chicago. And let's see if the Phillies, if they get the leadoff batter aboard, if they can do something, because they had the leadoff hitter aboard in the first and were unable to score a run.
Yeah, T-Mac, and 5 times yesterday, 5 times they did not score with the leadoff man getting on base, which is sort of it really is an anomaly, because in baseball in general, 38% of leadoff men who get on base will score.
Yeah, and just the pressure it puts on the opposing starting pitcher when you do it that early, too.
No doubt.
0-1. Foul down the right field line, 0-2.
Sort of what we talk about when we say pass the baton. Like, it's time, you got to keep that train moving. You got to keep it rolling by putting pressure on, get more base runners, put together good solid at bats back to back to back.
Garcia shoots it the other way. Horner to his left.
He's going to try another player, because that guy, he ain't missing it.
True baseball fans need Wi-Fi that's so reliable it never gets caught looking. Xfinity Internet keeps you in the game at one price for 5 years and allows you to get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. It'll bring Real Muto up. JT was 5 for 11 in the series against the Cubs last week.
Yeah, unfortunately he got banged up a little bit, because he's starting to get that foot down. His timing's starting to work for him a little bit, and was swinging the bat well.
Pops it up. Shallow right field. Suzuki comes in. 2 outs. And Alec Bohm, the batter. Alec is hitting 133. He is 2 for his last 32. Check swing over to first, flag down by Bush. And that was a very fast inning. 6 pitches for Imanaga. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3. We're on to the second here at Wrigley Field. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Carson Kelly will lead things off. Our Rally House quote of the game comes from Bryce Harper after last night's game on losing 10 of the last 12. It's not where you want to be, obviously. It's not where we thought we were going to be starting the season. But, you know, we can't really think about it. We got to flush things as quick as possible and get into tomorrow. You know, it's part of the game. I mean, historically, and Scott Lauber wrote about this today in the Inquirer, 8 wins, 14 losses to start the year doesn't usually dictate postseason success. But with the addition of the wild card teams, that's changed a little bit over the years. Still, in fact, Dave Dombrowski talked about, you know, a couple of teams that he has been in charge of that got off to really slow starts, and they wound up winning the division. So, got to get the first one.
It is not how you start; it is how you finish. But you don't want to get too far behind, because that climb is difficult.
Well, 7.5 games. That's a valley.
It's a big one. But again, you're fighting against, the 14 other teams in the National League when it comes to the wild card, et cetera, et cetera. And really, it's in a lot of ways, it's about getting in.
Yeah, and it coupled with the fact the Braves just keep winning. Phillies will see the Braves this weekend. 0-2 to Carson Kelly as we start the bottom of the second. Line drive out to right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. And Kelly's aboard. It's his 4th hit against the Phillies.
He's really been swinging the bat well this year. 315 prior to that at bat with a 903 OPS. Pretty impressive. This is sort of what they were hoping for in Arizona for years and in St. Louis. Nice little piece of hitting. Not a bad pitch up and in, but he stays inside it, pokes it into right center.
Michael Busch takes outside. Hitting 169 overall. Two balls, no strikes. You see the difference between last year and this year for Busch. It's against righties and lefties. Against left-handed pitching, he's hitting 176. In fact, they've been subbing him out against lefties recently.
Well, the way Carson Kelly's been swinging the bat and the fact that they have 3 catchers in their roster, I mean, Carson's been playing some first base from time to time. That guy right there has got quite a bit of versatility on his ball club this year, and he's talked about how important that is for him and how effective it's been for him.
Fly ball left field. Reyes is over. And he makes the catch. Reyes playing left field. He's a corner infielder by trade. He's making the transition to the outfield. Very athletic. He runs better than you would think for his size. And talking to Paco today, Figueroa, who handles the outfielders, he said we just want him to do things right. We don't want him to have to worry about doing things extra. Hit the cutoff man. Read the fly balls off the bat, get a good jump. He said he's got to. I said, how is his arm overall in the outfield? He said it's average. He said, but that's okay. He said because he's going to be in left field.
Yeah, it's really just important for him to make the plays he should make. Doesn't need to be a Gold Glove left fielder. Just
fouled back by Swanson.
Average will be just fine with him out there, especially when he's sort of still learning the position. And not an easy outfield here to play. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of wind like there was yesterday. But got some funkiness out there in left field with a little jet out, and the way the wall is set up, it's not an easy outfield to play. I know because I've been there.
0-2. 1-2. There's Paco with the helmet on next to Taiwan.
Right on cue.
Yeah, we get to hear Paco.
Yeah.
1-2. 2-2. Total pitches for Jesus. Dansby Swanson 5 for 19 lifetime against him. Just a bit in tight.
Vic Carapazza wanted to ring him up. He flinched a little. I saw it. Look out.
Edwin Moscoso, the third base umpire, fielded that one. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Bounced on the ground toward third. Bohm has it, goes to second for one. Sosa's return throw, not in time. Yeah, there are 2 outs.
Yeah, really not a double play ball per se because Dansby Swanson still runs pretty well, but nice try by Alec Bohm to try to turn this double play. Good job of coming to get it to give himself at least a chance to get that twin killing.
Matt Shaw hits that sharply diving play made by Bohm. Scrambles to his feet, throws to first, not in time. And Shaw just outran it. And for the second consecutive inning, Bohm robs somebody of extra base hits.
I mean, this is the second fantastic backhand play that he's made in this game. And this is a rocket. Shaw's swinging the bat very well as well, but he runs so well, trying to get the grip on the ball so he can get it across the diamond, and Shaw just beat it out.
5-game hitting streak for Shaw, and it brings Pete Crow Armstrong to the plate. At the knees, 0-1. Good pitch. Sweeper so devastating. (16 of his 30 strikeouts this year have come on that sweeper.
Nice block by JT.
Yeah, he tried it again. Comparison between last year and this year for Pete Crow Armstrong. Signed a 6-year contract. Swing and a miss. He got him. Got him with the sweeper. First strikeout. The inning is over. The Cubs do threaten. They get a couple base runners in the inning. They leave 2, but Jesus Luzardo is able to master the outside part of the plate. Heads up, all fans will receive a retro Phillies cap presented by SEI on Thursday, May 7th when the Phils host the Athletics. Secure seats today at phillies.com/tickets. We go to the top of the third here at Wrigley Field. Brandon Marsh will lead it off. It'll be Marsh, Sosa, and Turner. Breaking ball to Marsh. Marsh hitting .264. 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in.
Cubbies going with a left-hander tonight and tomorrow night. Looks like Crawford will get the opportunity to play center field tomorrow, and Rob Thompson wanted to get this young man to play today.
Out to right field, Suzuki makes the catch. Time now for our Stump the Fans trivia question, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. On August 8th, 1988, the first ever Wrigley Field night game was rained out after 4 innings between the Phils and the Cubs and wound up canceled, not suspended. That wiped out what would have been the first 2 home runs ever hit at night in the ballpark. Who hit them?
1988. I mean, there's only one guy who had like the most home runs here at Wrigley Field. It's a Philly.
Sosa takes on the inside corner. He's going to challenge it.
Early challenge.
Challenging the strike ball.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. And Edmundo wins the challenge.
Real familiar with that length,
Edmundo hitting .250 with seven hits so far.
Edmundo.
2-1. That's the same spot he was trying to get to against Edmundo. On the ground to second base. And Nico Horner has it. 2 outs. And back to the top of the order for Trey Turner. Turner walked and stole second his first time up in the first inning.
Managa's got some showman to him, doesn't he? Got a little personality on that.
He does
on the
express
mound.
himself.
Yeah.
.3-0. He thought that was there.
Now, in this situation, I actually give him the green light. If he gets a fastball down the pike, I mean, have at it. Not a pitch to handle. Got to give the pitcher some credit. Just not a really good pitch to swing at because he painted on the outside part.
Fly ball left center field. Pete Crow Armstrong is over. He's in the alley. He says he has it, and he makes the catch. Phillies go down in order. One base runner through the first 3. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery, visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Last of the third. And a first pitch from Luzardo to Nico Horner is in there. Horner, I don't think, was ready for it. He and Vic Carapazza are not on the same page as far as the timeout goes. Horner popped out to Edmundo to start the bottom of the first. Foul tip, 1-2. Porter doesn't strike out a lot. In fact, last year's strikeout rate was 7%.
Yeah, pretty impressive, and that's what was impressive. I thought because Aaron Nola got him twice yesterday. Didn't happen very often, and especially in one game.
Fly ball right center field. On the run is Marsh and Garcia. Garcia makes the call on the catch. Alex Bregman coming up. Time for our Citizen Stats leaders. The highest opponent's chase percentage. And the Cubs at 33.4%. Mentioned Luzardo, where he is 5th in Major League Baseball, and that's partly because of that sweeper.
No doubt. It's a It's one of the best pitches in baseball. You know, we talk about Christopher Sanchez's changeup, but that Luzardo sweeper that he just learned last spring.
Yep.
It's been one of the best pitches in baseball.
There's Christopher. Foul down the left field line, and it's now 2-2.
Got to figure out a way to get this guy out because he has just been super hot. 2 for 4 yesterday, a couple doubles, and he's just been swinging a solid bat. Do you like the changeup that Luzardo's featuring? He's thrown 4 or 5 of them this inning in particular that have pretty good action to him. Pitch that he had been working on this spring. Try to perfect a little bit more.
2-2. He checked his swing. Did he go?
My
No.
Goodness gracious.
I actually thought Carapazza was going to punch him out.
I thought it was a swing. It was almost a full swing.
And ball 4. That brings Ian Happ up. One ball and no strikes. Happ grounded into a fielder's choice his first time. A little dribbler back to the mound.
Wow. Really good pitch. Just missed. And a good spot.
Three and 2. This will be the 18th pitch of this inning. Close. And JT doesn't challenge. It's back-to-back walks.
You know, those pitches are not missing by much, but those walks are the ones that'll kill you. Goes back to that changeup, and it just cuts across it a little bit. Pretty good no challenge from JT.
Seiya Suzuki, the batter, grounded out to third on a fine play by Bohm.
Really good time for a little 6-4-3. Got to try to work the ball down or get in on him a little bit.
That'll load the bases up. That hit him in the foot. So with one out, the bases are loaded without a hit.
He just bites down on that sweeper far too much, and it clips the back foot there of Suzuki. Yeah, really good time for a visit here with the 2 walks and the hit by pitch, just to settle him down a little bit. Been struggling with that big inning. That one big inning's really gotten to him, and somehow, some way, he's going to have to make a pitch.
Yeah, so Caleb Cotham out to the mound. Now the batter will be Carson Kelly, who singled his first time up. First 2 innings, Luzardo threw 38 pitches in those first 2 innings, but only 9 balls. This inning, he's thrown 20 pitches and he's had 11 balls. But again, he's a ground ball away from getting out of it. Well, that one just missed again.
They are just not missing by much. Interesting alignment here with Trey Turner's over in the 6 hole. This is not your typical double play depth. Nice changeup.
Good play by JT. Harper moved off the line a little bit too, so he's they're playing Kelly to pull the baseball.
Yep. A lot of off speed in this inning from Luzardo. Changeups, sweepers, not a ton of 4-seamers. Trying to get these guys to chase. See the alignment?
Popped up down the right field line. Harper's on the run toward foul territory.
Oh,
makes the catch. What a play. And quickly comes to his feet and throws to the plate. That is an outstanding play by Bryce Harper. And there are 2 outs here in the 3rd.
I mean, this is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, and what a play it was. Harper showing his athleticism. Yeah, he played the outfield at one point, but just what a heck of a play, and to have the wherewithal to bounce up, jump up, and throw almost a strike there to JT. I mean, that is just as good as you get from a first baseman. What an athlete.
Yeah, now you have lefty on lefty. You can play the infield all the way back. And a pitch low to Michael Busch.
I don't think that ball was going to be fair anyway, but what just tremendous play.
Off his foot, foul. One ball, 1 strike. It's a heavy workload this inning.
Sure
but
is.
He can get out of it. On the ground to second base. Sosa is up with it, and the inning is over. Jesus Luzardo, with a little help from Bryce Harper over at first base, gets out of this 3rd. We will go to the... This wrap 4th inning is brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com. Visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Well, the Phillies have not managed any runs so far against Imanaga, who's got 3 innings, no strikeouts, no hits. But they've made several very good plays defensively. 2 by Alec Bohm and 1 by Bryce Harper. And that's got to make the manager feel better. And maybe it'll translate into some success at the plate.
Yeah, you can get fired up by a good defensive play and get things rolling, and Try to get the ball rolling the other direction here for the Phils.
Schwarber popped out his first time up. On the ground to second. And what a way to start the fourth inning.
Yeah, that last inning was an inning that over the last several days would have blown up on the Phillies. Good sign that Luzardo could work himself out of it, settle back down, and get the job done.
Harper popped out to third his first time up. One ball, one strike.
Ooh, he was looking to get 1-0 right there.
Yeah, that splitter was up too, right?
Yeah, I think Bryce's eyes lit up as well.
So the career numbers against the Cubs, 14 home runs and a strike three call. Snuck a four-seamer by him. First strikeout. Harper could have challenged it. It was close, but it may have been out of the zone.
Yeah, it looked like Bryce was probably looking for something off speed and threw it down and away, got the call.
Brought out 2 outs, and Reyes the batter. Reyes grounded out toward the middle his first time up. In an RBI situation, it was the only RBI situation the Phillies have had tonight. Two and 0.
It was interesting to hear Rob Thompson talk about Felix earlier today about how this guy doesn't scare. He's got no fear throwing it in the 4-hole.
That one's lined back toward the middle, a base hit. That was second major league hit. A rocket single up the middle. And it's the first hit of the night for the Phils.
First pitch of the bat, first fastball in, then a split that he spits on, and he gets a fastball right down the middle and does exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Smokes it right up the middle for a base knock. Broke up the no-no. At least there won't be a no-no here.
And Adolis Garcia.
Rob Thompson talking about the stance, a new stance and setup that Adolis Garcia has. Basically what the stance that he had when he had that World Series MVP season. Little flatter bat. We talked about it, the change a little bit yesterday, but hopefully that gets him going.
One lifted in the air, shallow right field. Suzuki comes in and he makes the catch. Inning is over, no runs, 1 hit. Man left for the Phils. Middle of the 4th inning. Phillies nothing, Cubs nothing. This round fourth inning is brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local tri-state Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Our GMC Precision plays of the game. We mentioned the defense for the Phillies tonight. They've had several very good plays.
Yeah, nice backhand play in the early part of the game by Alec Bohm, saving a double down the left field line, and he did it again. This did not result in an out because Matt Shaw beat it out, but again, saved some runs. And then Bryce Harper with a just super athletic play to help Luzardo bail him out of that inning, and little taste of the old Cubbies medicine there.
Yeah, and the second play for Bohm, if that ball had gotten past him, it probably would have gotten to the corner, and Dansby Swanson would have scored since he was running with 2 outs. Swanson leads it off, takes a pitch high.
Yeah, it looks like Luzardo's working underneath the baseball a little bit in his first 2 pitches, and it was a long inning, that last inning. We'll see how he bounces back from that one.
Okay, first 9 hitters, he had 8 first pitch strikes against the first 9 hitters. He hasn't had the same kind of success the second time through. That runs high, 3-1. And ball 4.
It's a lot of free passes over the last couple of innings, and when you want to put pressure on yourself, that's how you do it.
It'll be a fun City Connect Friday at Citizens Bank Park when kids 14 and under take home the IBEW Local 98 Jesus Luzardo t-shirt on Friday, May 8th. Purchase your tickets today at Phillies.com. Shaw takes strike 1. Grounded foul. Swing and a miss. But Shaw's down on strikes. He got him to chase, getting ahead.
Yeah, really good biting sweeper on this breaking ball. Finally got Shaw to swing over one. Nice block by JT. Keep the ball in front.
Pete Armstrong out in front of that first pitch. Just a hair low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. He's just missing with some of these pitches. Hit sharply into right center field, a base hit. Swanson's on his way to third. Now the Cubs have first and third with 1 out. That's some heavy lifting for Luzardo these last several innings.
And when his first ball came off the bat, I thought it was a surefire double play, but they had Edmundo Sosa playing a little bit to pull, as you see here, and ball scoots up through the middle. Had he been playing in regular double play depth, a chance to double up even the speedy
Crow Armstrong just because the ball was hit so hard, but now it's 1st and 3rd. He's got a lot of work to do.
Nico Horner asked for time. Oh, and 1.
Got to keep Crow Armstrong close. Pretty aggressive base runner. He can go.
See the pitches by innings at 80 pitches. You know, we talked about the Phillies starters, how last year they led Major League Baseball in starts of 7 innings or more. Luzardo trying to get out of this one. This is a pop-up toward the left field line. Turner's under it, makes the catch. And that'll hold the runners.
Another big pitch and a big pop-up in that situation.
That's a big out.
Sure is.
And it brings Bregman up. JT was just relaying some signs through the transmitter. Mundo couldn't hear it, so Trey told him what it was. 0-1 to Bregman.
Yeah, I would assume that if he does go, that they'll probably not throw through. Just let him take the base, and then they can decide whether they want to walk Bregman and go to Happ. I don't think they want to risk throwing this ball away.
Fly ball center field. It's well hit. Marsh going back out toward the ivy, reaches up, makes the catch as he slams into the ivy. It looked like he had it sized up a few steps from the track. It kind of took off on him. He said he couldn't see it, but then finally at the last moment he saw it and then saw the brick wall. Top of the 5th inning as Brandon Marsh and Jesus Luzardo go over that last out that Marsh recorded. Phillies have made some good defensive plays today as JT leads it off in the top of the 5th inning. Scoreless ball game.
I mean, at least 3 great defensive plays that have saved runs.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you saw the box. It was right on the edge. I think we've told folks this. The way Major League Baseball has it set up this year is that we don't see the box up in the broadcast booth. Nobody does. Nobody here at the ballpark sees it. It's only seen at home. So we're going kind of au naturel when we gauge some of these pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up and in, 2-2. It's funny because we've gotten so used to seeing it.
That's right.
Up here in the booth. Now we can see the replay of it. And it's all because Major League Baseball, and you kind of understand this, they don't want anybody to have an advantage, that there could be some kind of a signal to the hitters or the pitcher or catcher about challenging a particular pitch. Now, we're pretty far up here. I don't know if we can help signal anything. 2-2.
Nice job of JT getting back into the bat.
It's fouled off Carson Kelly.
That had to hurt. So you wanted to be a catcher. I think this got all thigh. JT trying to get on top of that fastball. Nope, just his hand. Ouch.
On the ground softly left side, Shaw scoops it up. We have one out here in the 5th. Our live odds update on Alec Bohm to get a hit in this at bat, plus 128. 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, a little check swinger.
Phillies only have one hit. It was by Felix Reyes. I know people are probably tired of hearing it, but it is amazing the lack of offense the Phillies have had, particularly during this losing streak. They've only scored 10 runs in this losing streak.
Well, that's the way to lose games, by not scoring runs.
It is the way to lose games, yeah. 0 for their last 26 with runners in scoring position, counting the 2 tonight.
You know, the pitchers haven't been throwing the ball that well, but my goodness, you're having to throw a ton of zeros up there when you're not scoring runs.
One and two.
That is the thing that you talked about that Dave Dombrowski was really surprised about, and I am surprised. This is one of the top 5 offenses in baseball last year, and by and large, not all that a different lineup, but not able to get unglued yet this year.
On the ground, shortstop. Get all the Philly sports news you need to start your day on Sportsnet Central every weekday morning starting at 6. Presented by your Delaware Valley Hyundai dealers. On the ground, back toward the middle. Horner knocks it down, but it's a base hit for Marsh. Brandon had already started his little curl to see if he can make a turn at first base, but Horner kept it on the infield.
Yeah, even if he gloves this ball, there's no way he's going to be throwing out Brandon Marsh, who runs pretty well, but he does keep it in the infield, as you said, and there's a possibility if he gets through that Brandon Marsh can try to take a shot at second base.
Look out, Dusty. Get those gunboats up.
He does have big puppies, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Joseph! You look like you were really mad at the guy taking your photo!
Oh, and 2.
A nice play by the ball dude down there. They don't call them ball dudes here, do they? Probably not.
I think sometimes they're called ball dudes. But no, not in the same vein that they do in San Francisco. Right. They're actually security guards here.
Yes.
Yeah. That's Fabian down the left field line.
He can multitask.
On the ground is short again. Swanson throws to second. And the Phillies are retired here in the 5th inning. 8 ground ball outs for Imanaga. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Kids 14 and under will take home a pair of their favorite pair when they receive Phil and Phyllis socks, presented by Terminex on Saturday, May 9th at 6:05 when the Phils host the Rockies. Grab your tickets today at Phillies.com.
Why does it just have to be for kids 14 and under? Why can't we get those?
You can slide over there. Just go down on your knees. Say hi.
I like those. I don't even have to do that.
They are pretty sharp.
Yeah.
We start the bottom of the 5th inning. Ian Happ will lead it off. Two and 0. This is what we're talking about the starters. I mean, last year it was at the top of the game. This year it's among the least amount of innings per average for starters in Phillies history.
That is astonishing to me because this team really, honestly, in the very beginning, it was built on its starting pitching.
And if they're going to be successful, it's going to need to be the starting pitching.
They will get a boost this Saturday with Mr. Wheeler getting back on the bump.
At ball 4. Second time he's walked Happ. 4 walks tonight.
Yeah, far too many walks and just putting too much heat on himself, especially for the leadoff hitter. They keep doing that. I mean, these guys have left 8 base runners on. They've been fortunate to be able to throw up enough, all these zeros.
Line drive, base hit into left field for Suzuki. Reyes will get to it. And it'll be first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, this is a sweeper that stays in the middle of the plate, and Suzuki stays right on it, drives it into left. The last couple of pitches I saw, the fastball and the sweeper, not quite as sharp. I think maybe some of these long innings are starting to take some of the toll on Luzardo.
Well, he gets Carson Kelly out in front.
It's really going to have to bear down. Hopefully he can get a ground ball. Good double play candidate here in Kelly.
Ryan Kirkering warming up.
Oh, excellent changeup.
Really good. Play by JT, holds the runners at first and second.
Coming up on the 95th pitch here. Looks like Luzardo is starting to feel it a little bit. 99 pitches is his season high.
On the ground over to third. Bohm has it. He'll have only one play. It's to first. Just wasn't hit hard enough. So a fielder's choice. 5-3 on the putout.
Yeah, I thought there was an opportunity for Bohm to maybe wait to catch this baseball and just tag third base. But I don't think he wanted to take that chance necessarily with Ian Happ, who runs fairly well.
And now
got the sure out.
And now the Phillies have the infield in, and Bush fouls it. He's been like Houdini tonight, getting out of trouble. See if he can work his magic one more time. 0-2.
A couple excellent pitches of getting ahead here. Dick Carapazza giving JT a little time. I think that caught him somewhere on his body. Veteran umpire. Wow, did he overthrow that breaking ball? JT has done a heck of a job of keeping this game with zeros as well back there.
Let's see the alignment.
Maybe see the numbers with runners in scoring position. Again, he blocks it.
Could very well be the last hitter for Jesus Luzardo. Hopefully he can get him. This is his 100th pitch.
Yeah, this will be a season high in pitches. Went over 112 times last year. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bush. Swing and a miss. He got him. Oh, that is a huge out. 3rd strikeout, and here comes Rob Thompson.
And really bearing down to make this pitch. He's basically out of gas, but he makes a heck of a pitch here on Bush to keep these zeros on the board. Another big punch out.
Nissan called to the pen. Jesus Luzardo will check out, and Orion Kerkering is coming in. Package is 2 weeks away on Tuesday, May 5th versus the A's. It's your chance to meet the pregame live crew, get great seats and an exclusive hat. Tickets are limited, so grab yours now at Phillies.com/pregame package.
Those A's playing pretty good baseball, those young guys. Some bright futures on that field for them.
They do have a bright future as far as players go. Here's Kerkering, and he's up to face Dansby Swanson to try to get out of this 5th inning. And he delivers a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Swanson a fielder's choice and a walk so far.
Kerkering does have a base to work with, so he can be sort of careful here. See how he works Swanson with Shaw, who's been hot on deck.
Luzardo 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 walks, 1 hit batter, 3 strikeouts.
I saw a little frustration when he came off the mound, probably because of those 4 walks. He probably didn't care for those too much. And these guys really, they're trying to get deep into the games. They just have been struggling to do so.
Ball 4. They're going to bring Shaw back as he's walking to the plate. They're going to have Ballesteros come up as a pinch hitter. Got to watch out for the first pitch here. These fans like this kid.
There's a lot to like. This guy swings the bat. He has a propensity to be able to put the ball on the barrel, and he's done a nice job for the Cubs so far this year.
Again, all of his hits, and he has 17, have come against right-handed pitching. Kel caught them out with a scouting report. Bases are loaded. Kerkering ready to go. Swing and a miss. He challenged him. He knows he swings at a lot of first pitches, and he went right after him.
Yeah, excellent fastball. Had a lot of life to it.
again.
Pumping it up to 98 that time.
Yep.
And he absolutely painted it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Cubs fans are already standing here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kerkering delivers. And he tried the sinker. I know the split is new. Do you try the split?
It depends on how confident he feels in it right now. He's thrown some good ones.
Runners lead off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. And the pitch.
A pretty good job of laying off that pitch because it looked like a strike all the way until the very end when it spun off the plate.
And now the runners will be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bouncing ball foul. They'll do it again as the runners lead. Ball 4. Just walked in the first run of the game. And the Cubs take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, the Phillies been doing a little bit of a high wire act over the last couple of innings, and the dam is broken a little bit. That's a pretty darn good pitch and pretty close.
Was it worth the challenge, you think?
Probably in that situation, likely.
I mean, that would have changed the entire complexion of the inning.
It would have ended the inning.
Yeah. Scott Kingery out to pinch run at first. Pete Crow Armstrong, the batter. On the ground over to first. Harper has it. He'll take it to the bag. And the inning is over. The Cubs leave them loaded, but they have got the game's first run. They've left 11 through 5. Our Independence Blue Cross Philly of the Week is Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez continues to have consistency on the mound. In his 5 starts this year, Sanchez is at the top of the National League leaderboard. Currently second in the National League with a 1.59 ERA, second in strikeouts with 39, and third with a 12.39 K per 9 to start the season. Christopher Sanchez's consistency is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Phillies down 1-0 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Fanatic dangle hats. There's a few of them I've seen here. Imanaga has allowed just 2 hits. He has only 1 strikeout. Remember, he struck out 11 last time. But tonight it's the ground ball outs. He has 8 ground ball outs.
It's a lot of time in between these innings, too. I mean, long innings as he had to wait around, see if the Phillies can capitalize on him not being so sharp.
Scott Kingery is over at third base. He came on to pinch run.
Had a chance to talk with Scott yesterday. First time I'd seen him in quite some time.
Did he thank you for drafting him?
He did not, but he was very kind and effervescent.
Great kid, really is. 2-1.
I said, congratulations on finally getting back to the big leagues. It's been a while.
Three and 1. He was working out at third base today. Ryan Flaherty's their bench coach, and I guess he handles a lot of the infield work too. So he's hitting them a lot of ground balls over third. Fly ball out to left center field. It's not hit that hard, but Happ is coming in. He slides, makes the catch.
And these guys keep throwing the leather out there. The Phillies have had a great defensive day as well, but the Cubbies just keep figuring out ways to make good plays, play after play. Another good one here by Ian Happ. Talked about Kingery not playing in the big leagues, but he did get some time in Los Angeles with the Angels last year.
First time since 2021 he's played third base. That's when he was with the Phillies. 52 career games over third base for Scotty. 0-1 to Schwarber, who's 0 for 2. He's popped out, he's grounded out. And a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Suzuki at the wall. Gone! Home run, Kyle Schwarber. And he's just tied this game up. It's his 8th home run of the year. And the Phillies are finally on the board.
Yeah, and isn't it almost seemingly always Kyle Schwarber who somehow gets the Phillies going again?
Well, Ruben, last year he set a major league record with 23 home runs against left-handed pitching. That is his first home run against a left-hander this year.
Yeah, and a really good pitch actually by Imanaga up and in, and he somehow got enough of the barrel. He's so strong to be able to backspin that ball out of the ballpark.
It brings Harper up.
Pretty fired up in that dugout right now.
They should be.
Yeah.
One ball, no strikes to Hart. Popped up around the mounds. Or in front of it, Carson Kelly makes the catch.
Ooh, that was scary. They were throwing the ball around, and Dansby Swanson almost tipped the ball right into Horner's face. The Schwarberian doing some damage. Good to see him get going.
Reyes has one of the hits tonight for the Phils. That one's lined out to left, right on the nose, but Happ is there. I think one thing really stands out is he does barrel baseballs up.
Sure does.
So does Kyle Schwarber when he gets rolling. He just got one rolling into the bleachers. Phillies baseball is brought to you by CarShield. It's as easy as call, drive, and save. And by Nissan. Every Nissan is designed for people who refuse to settle for less. Visit NissanUSA.com or your local dealer. Phillies and the Cubs tied up at 1. Tanner Banks will take over here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he'll face the top of the Cubs order. 9th game for Tanner. Jesus Luzardo's night, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. And Orion Kerkering finished up that 5th inning.
Did a nice job of staying, making the pitch when he had to, but a little bit of a high wire act for him. Those 4 walks.
Line drive out toward left. Reyes will play it on a hop. And Horner is safe at first, a leadoff single. Ball trickled away for a moment. That's why Horner was dancing.
It actually was a very good decision by Felix Reyes and not trying to make this diving play. And this is what we talked about making sure he just doesn't try to do anything too crazy. He tries to dive for that ball. That's got a chance to be a triple with the way Horner runs.
Oh, and 1 to Bregman. Line drive caught by Turner. And 1 out. Now for a quick word from FanDuel Casino.
FanDuel Casino has 5 Huff and Puff games that'll blow you away. With houses of stick and brick bringing bigger, badder jackpots. Your home for thrills is the home of Huff and Puff. New players get 1,500 bonus spins to play on any Huff and Puff game.
Ian Happ, the hitter. Happ has walked twice and hit it to a fielder's choice in his first 3 plate appearances tonight. Banks' last appearance was Saturday against the Braves. That one is past Harper into right field. Horner, he's going to go to third. It'll be first and third with 1 out.
The ball's not hit all that hard, but with that 4-hole open, he just kind of flips it into right field and past the diving Harper, and the Cubs got something going again.
5-game hitting streak for Happ. And Seiya Suzuki will be the hitter. Cubs are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. The run came in on a bases-loaded walk. They've left 11 tonight.
Keep that trend going.
Keep it going.
Why not? A couple of pretty good pitches there from Tanner Banks.
And a called strike 3. I think Suzuki was looking for something totally different.
Yeah, nice little sequence. Again, he goes right after him. I mean, Tanner Banks not afraid. He just goes after him with a 4-seam fastball. And you're right. Suzuki was looking for something soft. Got the express looking for the local.
There you go. Slider and back-to-back 4-seamers. Carson Kelly, the hitter. One for 3. See the numbers. The runners left on base through 5 innings. The Cubs 11, the Phillies 3. 2-0.
The Cubs have had a whole lot of traffic, but Phillies been dancing around it. A nice job by Tanner getting back into the count after falling behind 2-0.
Happ was off and running on that pitch.
Does he think it's a 3-2 count?
I think he thought it was full because that was not an off and running like I'm going to steal.
No. Maybe they were trying to steal a run.
We'll do it again with the count 2-2. He doesn't go.
Yeah,
back to foul.
I think you're right. I think he thought it was a 3-2 count. Strange happenings.
You'll see a lot of strange things in baseball. We saw a Canadian goose last night.
Yeah, we sure did. Almost got plunked.
He's going again. All right, that time, I think you're right. I think he was trying to see if he can get into a rundown.
Yeah. Again, base open here. He can go with any type of pitch.
Got a lefty on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, second and third. Ball 4 will load it up.
Ton of free passes over this course of this game, and boy, you hope that those 3 passes don't end up burning you. 7 of them.
Off the hands, out towards shallow center. Turner's going out. It's going to drop in for a hit. 2 runs will score. A bloop single from Michael Busch, and it's 3-1 Cubs.
And then the walks finally did burn him. Ball was not hit well, and he did get in on Busch's hands, but he flipped it into center field, and it's sort of what's been happening to the Phillies quite often. Again, really good pitch. I mean, he sawed him off. Didn't hit it at all on the barrel, but got enough of it to flip it into center field for a couple of RBI.
And now Dansby Swanson. You got to limit the bleeding here. Swanson has walked twice, hit into a fielder's choice. A season high 7 walks issued by the Phillies pitchers tonight, and they hit 1 batter.
Ouch. I think that hit the chest protector, but I mean, it was full-on contact.
Two and two. Well, the runner will be off from first. That's Busch.
They got that top of the lineup coming up. Excuse me, Matt Shaw coming up again. No, Kingery.
Inside.
That's probably why I was being really careful with Swanson, knowing that Kingery was coming up there. I'll get it right eventually here, Tom.
Caleb Cotham will come out with Kingery batting for the first time. He came on the pinch run after Ballesteros walked in the 5th inning. Boy, the bases have been loaded, or there's been traffic on the bases in almost every inning for the Cubs.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Bases loaded 3 times.
Yeah. a lot of ways sort of self-inflicted here with the Phillies with so many free passes and hit by pitch. Give that many base runners to a team, especially with the way the Cubs have been playing, put yourself in a lot of danger.
This is the 6th plate appearance with the bases loaded for the Cubs, and it's outside from Banks. 1 ball, no strikes. Kingery only has 2 at-bats.
Really living dangerously with not with the inability to throw strikes, and you need strikes out of the bullpen in particular, and a lot of guys working behind in the count here, and this is uncharacteristic of Tanner Banks.
3 balls, no strikes to Kingery. Fly ball, right center field. Playable for Garcia, and he makes the catch. Inning is over, but there's some damage that was done. 2-run score for the Cubs. They've retaken the lead as we go to the 7th. Time now for your game summary, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Well, the Phillies fell behind 1-0 in the 5th inning on a bases-loaded walk. Then they tied it in the 6th on the home run by Schwarber. But the Cubs just added 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Imanaga went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He's still out there. Jesus Luzardo went 4 2/3. And Garcia leads it off, takes a strike. Imanaga just at 74 pitches after that last one. Garcia's grounded out. He's flied out. Not as sharp as he was last week, but he's getting some ground ball outs tonight. My boy Fabian.
Yeah, a little different repertoire, but he's not striking out a lot of people, but he's getting his outs.
On the ground to shortstop. And Garcia's retired. JT coming up. He's 0 for 2. Phillies have managed only 3 hits.
Yeah, that's just not going to get it done. 3 hits. I mean, we've been seeing this trend for some time, all the way through this losing streak, and it doesn't take a genius to know that you're not hitting, you're not scoring, you're not winning.
The only run tonight from that guy right there. First 22 games since 1901. The .220 batting average is tied with the 61 team for the 4th lowest. Imanaga just peppering that outside corner right on the line. Mesa continues to warm up in the bullpen. On the ground again is shortstop. Swanson straightens and throws. 2 outs. The brightest baseball athletes from HBCUs are about to make history in Philly at MLB All-Star Week, continuing a legacy that runs deep. Catch the HBCU Swingman Classic, hosted by Ken Griffey Jr. at Citizens Bank Park on July 10th. Visit allstargame.com for tickets. Alec Bohm has grounded out twice. Ground ball to third. Kingery has it. His low throw off the glove of Bush. It'll be an E5.
Yeah, rare defensive miscue here from the Cubs, and see if the Phillies can take advantage of it. Kingery does not play a whole lot of third base. Kind of bounces it. Pretty pickable ball by Bush. Typically he would make that play, but couldn't come up with it.
Guess that answers our question about earlier today, when that ball came whizzing past us into the Phillies dugout. We were wondering who threw it. It was probably Scott, because he was over there.
I don't think he did it on purpose.
No, he didn't do it on purpose, but
yeah, I don't think it was Shaw, because he was over there too.
You look like about 50% of what Philly looks like.
fly ball right field. And Suzuki's going to glide under it. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error. Time to stretch. Cubs up 3-1 over the Phils. Our drive of the game brought to you by your Delaware Valley Audi dealers. As the Cubs lead it 3-1. Tim Mays is the new pitcher for the Phils. He'll take over for Tanner Banks. 11th ball game for Tim. Banks goes in inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. There have been 8 walks tonight for the Phillies pitchers, which is a season high. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead it off for the Cubs.
And those walks have really hurt the Phillies. They're fortunate that it hasn't hurt them more, and they're still in this ball game, because they've made some pitches when they had to and made some defensive plays to keep them in this thing, but they got to figure out a way to swing the bat to get some runs.
14 runners left on base for the Cubs. Swing and a miss. Crow Armstrong a little tardy on that, and it's 0-1.
Looking at some of the numbers offensively, just 6 hard hit balls for the Phillies tonight.
Which the definition of that is 95 miles per hour or better off the bat.
Correct. I think 3 of them were from Felix Reyes.
Hey, I think you're right about that.
And the other part that makes it difficult for the Phillies, not just the offense, but when the starting pitchers are not getting into the 5th, 6th, 7th inning with regularity, then you sort of have to continue to fire these guys out there. Roster moves have to be made. Alan Rangel now on the ball club.
JT fires to first.
A lot of domino effect that goes on when those guys aren't going deep.
One guy who went deep last year an awful lot, and he'll be back on Saturday, is Zach Wheeler for the Phils. Rob Thompson informed everybody today that that is the plan, that Zach will go on Saturday. He said 6 innings, 90 pitches around that area, which is a great sign. 5 rehab starts in the minor leagues, 23 strikeouts in 20 innings. Battled the elements at Somerset on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I said to him, I said, how did it go? He goes, it was all right. I said, well, it's done with. He said, it's done with. The 0-1 to Horner. And that one is drilled deep to left field. Reyes is back, and it is gone. 4-1 Chicago.
They kept Horner down for the first 3 at-bats, but then single and a home run in his last 2, and he absolutely pummeled this ball. Fastball inside, and he was probably looking in there. Got enough of the plate. Not a terrible pitch, but stayed on top of it and smoked it out of the ballpark to left.
Tim's reaction on that. He's hoping that sort of a lengthy well would have kept it in the yard. 300th career RBI for Nico Horner. Craig Counsell calls him the engine of the Cubs. Not only because of his defense, but because of his offense as well. Two and one. Two and two. You know, this is a Cubs team that when the Phillies put a 13 spot on them last week at home, they were kind of down in the dumps. Their starting pitching was they were basically banged up.
A ton of injuries. And guys.
They were looking for answers. And then they won the last 2 games in Philly, and they haven't really looked back. They swept out the Mets. They're 9-3 in their last 12. Down the right field line, out of play.
Well, something started clicking for them, and it really was their bats. They started putting together some unbelievable bats. Horner, Bregman, those guys at the top of the lineup really got them going, and they got hot, and that team got hot.
Three and two. Riley Martin warming up in the bullpen. They appeal, no swing.
9th walk?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not going to get it done either.
And it brings Ian Happ to the plate. Fly ball right field. Garcia's over. And he puts it away. Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch speed of 95 or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Suzuki takes a bit low. One ball, one strike. Fly ball, deep left, way back there and out of the stadium. .441 feet. It's 6-1 Cubs.
Yeah, Suzuki, you see him getting that foot down, that little slider down and in, and he jumped all over it. As you said, out of the stadium, and
the Cubs have finally opened this up.
First home run of the year for Suzuki. I hate to say it, but I guess it was just a matter of time with all the base runners they've had.
Again, in some of these instances, some of these pitchers are pitching in situations left on right when they typically would not be in those situations, but Rob Thompson's sort of forced to have these guys pitch because they can't have everybody pitch every single night.
Yeah. And a strike three called, and the inning's finally over. But 3 more runs score for the Cubs. They've broken it open. They lead it 6-1 as we go to the 8th inning. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit Chevrolet.com. And by Rally House, your city, your house. Rally House, Philadelphia. We go to the top of the 8th inning here at Wrigley Field, and the Cubs lead it 6-1.
A couple of numbers that really bother me about today's game is the 9 walks.
Well, that's
and the 3 hits.
Yeah.
And that's been a trend that's been happening now for a week, at least, if not more.
Edmundo Sosa fouls it back. It's 0-1.
remember Riley Martin was the opener when they were back in Philadelphia.
Yep.
For Colin Ray. He got through that inning, but then Colin Ray gave 3 runs, and sort of the last time you saw the Phillies put on any kind of offensive display.
They're going to challenge this one to Sosa.
Chicago catcher is challenging the ball call.
And Edmundo's down on strikes.
The batter is out.
And one away here in the 8th inning. Yeah, you talk about the offense. Carson Kelly made the right decision to challenge that one. Talk about the offense. I mean, they're heading toward their 6th consecutive game of scoring 3 runs or fewer. Or scoring fewer than 3 runs. Not 3 runs or fewer. Just 2 runs or fewer. It was amazing. Last time that happened was 2017.
Yeah. Sort of astonishing.
If they don't score 2 more, it would be their 11th game of scoring 3 runs or fewer. Alvarado warming up in the pen. 1-2 to Turner. And a strike 3 called. He's going to challenge it. Thought he was going to tell him it was too late. Cubs think it was too late. Ball is confirmed. 2 outs. And it brings Kyle Schwarber up. He's 1 for 3. Schwarber's accounted for the only run. He has 1 of the 3 hits. It was a home run. Take strike 1, 0-1. Three balls and 1 strike. A little bit of a ruckus behind home plate, Ruben.
Really?
A rat apparently has appeared and now has disappeared, which might be more unsettling than it appearing.
Yeah, because then you know where it is.
2-out walk. There it is. America's pet.
Looks like one that would come from just north of us in Philly in New York.
Harper the batter. He takes up and in 1-0. I will say that walking through this stadium, which we talked about last night when it opened, it is spotless on the concourse. Fly ball, left center field. Pete Crow Armstrong going back. It is gone. 2-run home run for Bryce Harper. And it's now a 6-3 game. .799 extra base hits for Harper. And it's his 184th home run as a member of the Phils.
And you couldn't have a better swing. I mean, this is a picture-perfect swing. This is a little cutter on the outside part of the plate, and he drives it to left center field. I mean, just a perfect swing and a really good sign when he's driving the ball that way.
Very similar to the swing last night in the first inning where the ball got knocked down by the wind. So now a meeting on the mound.
Yeah, Riley was just kind of cruising along. A couple of excellent pitch sequences, one against Sosa and then against Turner, a couple of backwards Ks, and then he ran into Schwarber and Harper, and that's how those walks can kill you. 2-out walks, and Harper made him pay. See if Felix can keep it going.
Reyes is 1 for 3. He's grounded out. He's singled. He's lined out. Take strike 1. Opposite way. Hit on the nose. Suzuki makes the catch. Phillies get a couple on the home run by Harper. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 3-run ball game. Oh, it's always a great event. Earlier today at Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies hosted the championship game for the 24th annual Bill Giles Invitational. This D2 tournament was created to give baseball players from local colleges the chance to compete on a major league field. Westchester won their 5th championship in a row with an 11-2 victory over Thomas Jefferson University. A 4 RBI day from left fielder Hunter Smith. And Ryan DeHaven was the winning pitcher. Congratulations to both teams. College baseball is abound.
WCU doing some damage.
Jose Alvarado takes over here in the 8th inning. First pitch to Bush, low. 1 ball, no strikes. One for 4. His 2-run single in the 6th inning broke a 1-1 tie. That's got to hurt. An Alvarado pitch that you foul off your foot.
Yeah. It's a heavy baseball he's firing. Got to throw up a 0 here to keep the Phillies in this ball game. Still within reach. And that bullpen is a little depleted there for the Cubs. They've got some issues with the back end there.
2-2. Ricky and Banner standing by for Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Three and 2.
Whole lot of 3-2 counts here with Phillies pitchers, and a bunch of walks, and that makes it awfully tough. It's the 8th 3-2 count.
And ball 4.
And the 10th walk.
10 walks. Time now for our Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. August 8th, 1988, the first ever Wrigley Field night game was rained out after 4 innings between the Phils and the Cubs. Wound up being canceled, not suspended. That wiped out what would have been the first 2 home runs ever hit at night in this ballpark. Who hit them?
I thought it might have been Schmitty.
Schmitty is incorrect. Phillies had a leadoff home run. There's a strike by Phil Bradley. And Ryan Sandberg homered. But nobody knows because it was canceled.
Didn't count.
Now, Phil did eventually send the bat to the Baseball Hall of Fame. 0-2. As it turned out, a former Phil had not made it to the Phils yet. Had the first home run for an opposing player. It was Lenny Dykstra.
The dude.
0-2. 1-2.
Ryan Sandberg. You mentioned Ryan Sandberg. It sort of brought me back this morning watching Louis Mattingly take ground balls at second base today. And I used to take ground balls with Ryan Sandberg. My dad was coaching here in the mid-'80s.
Standing next to him?
What's that?
You would stand next to Ryan?
Yeah. I would take ground balls
cool.
with him. Yeah. Then I hired him as a manager.
Just because
How surreal is that?
because you took ground balls with him.
My dad said, don't watch him take ground balls because you can't do what he can do.
That's funny. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Another 3-2 count.
Rats in the ball bag now, Ruben.
No, it's not.
No, it is. Just went in. Just went in for a visit. So we had a Canada goose last night. Let's see what's in here. That pine tar smells pretty good. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Came back to get him. There it is.
Little 99-mile-an-hour sinker that gets Dansby Swanson.
Kingery takes a strike, 0-1. The Rats causing all kinds of havoc. It went into the camera well, went past the Phillies dugout. Now it's down by the tarp. The security guy at the other end of the tarp better be careful. Fouled back.
Trying to think of the places that they had a bunch of rats. Houston, the Astrodome had a bunch of them back in there.
I would think many stadiums probably have them rolling around somewhere.
It was not pretty.
Don't often see them. 0-2.
I don't know if I've ever seen one here in Chicago, though. Maybe. Look out.
Oh, 0-2. Phillies last time they walked 10 was back in September of 2022 at San Francisco. Thielbar and Webb warming up in the pen. Broke his bat, looped it out toward left. Reyes coming on. He can't get it. Kingery has his first hit in a Cubs uniform.
Felix Reyes playing pretty deep. Naturally, probably much easier to come in on the ball than to go back. Ball's not hit very well, but just doesn't have the foot speed to get there. And Kingery gets his first knock.
Well, now Pete Crow Armstrong, who is 1 for 4. Bunts, brings it with him up the first base line. And the bases are loaded. He's just too quick.
Yeah, not a bad play at all. Pete Crow Armstrong sort of struggling against left-handers in particular. What do?
Try to bring it with you.
Use your speed.
Yep. Really nice play there by Alvarado. I think there's a prayer to get him, but it actually made it fairly close.
Yeah.
bounced off the mound really, really well, and almost an impossible play. Excellent run by Crow Armstrong.
Well, you mentioned it. Keep it at 3 runs. There's been traffic all game long. The Phillies will play the infield almost all the way in, with Nico Horner at the plate. That one gets away. Coming home is Michael Busch. The throw not in time. A wild pitch, and it's 7-3.
Looking like Murphy's Law right now. This is a little cutter that's down. JT usually blocks this one pretty well, but it jumps up on him, hits the heel of his glove, and then bounces away, and really heads up base running by Busch.
I think you're absolutely right. Murphy's Law, which happens during a long baseball season. It just, you hope it stops happening. They're going to challenge that. They're looking at Busch. I guess he got it whacked in the ear. They actually called that a check swing strike on Horner. And that is a strike there, too.
Yeah, on the tag from Alvarado, he tried to slap the tag on him. He didn't try to hit him in the face, but it was a head-first slide, and Alvarado's glove smoked Busch in the face. That's probably what happened to him.
0-2. That hit him. He'll reload the bases up. Second batter hit tonight.
And the slider just bites down too hard, and see it hitting the foot of Nico Horner. He's on base again.
And now Paul Buchheit and Rob Thompson out to the mound. Something's going on with Alvarado.
Yeah, and he didn't look real happy.
And he's going to exit.
Well, that's not good.
No. So the Phillies will bring in a new pitcher with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They trail at 7-3. It's going to be Keller, and he'll get as much time as he needs to warm up. So our Nissan call to the pen. We'll step aside and be back. Once is never enough, so a second night was added for the Fightin's Frank Hat Bundle. Relish the fun on Tuesday, May 19th at 6:40 when the Phillies host the Reds. First 2,500 fans to purchase a theme night ticket receive an exclusive hot dog themed hat at a $12 concession credit. Visit Phillies.com/theme nights to purchase tickets today. Keller was booed as he was introduced to the ball game. The former Cub. Last year he pitched in 68 games, had a 2.07 ERA. It was very good for them.
Yeah, did a hell of a job for him, and parlay then into a multi-year contract here with the Phillies. And this is not the ideal situation you want to bring him in, but he's got to pitch. He hasn't pitched till Saturday. So
yeah, you're running into that problem where your high leverage pitchers haven't pitched.
they haven't pitched because they haven't had any leads or haven't been real close in the 8th and 9th innings. So, but they got to keep them sharp, and that's sort of the difficulty of this situation, is that while you want them to pitch, you still don't want them to run up, you know, too many pitches in the pitch count.
Right.
So they can't be used when they do need them for a high leverage situation.
Well, he'll get as much time as he needs. By the way, the Nationals have knocked off the Braves tonight, 11-4. Phillies came in 7.5 games out behind the Atlanta Braves. St. Louis knocked off Miami 5-3. All right, it looks like he's all ready to go. Bregman, the batter, takes strike one.
Phillies playing the infield in, going to try to cut off this run. Bregman tough to double up.
Back toward the middle. He caught it out of the air.
Yep.
I thought it bounced in front of the plate from our vantage point.
I did too. Weird. Because he sawed him off at the pitch. Pretty heavy sinker to get in on Bregman in that situation.
Yes, it was.
Big pitch.
All right, so Ian Happ now the hitter. Fly ball center field. And Marsh is under it. And Keller does his job. And the inning is over. The Cubs have left 17 tonight, but they lead it by 4. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota has 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. That's more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Xfinity. Get reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years and same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. By Citizens, official bank of the Phils. And by Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com. Top of the 9th inning, and Garcia takes the first pitch strike from Jacob Webb, the new pitcher for the Cubs. Back toward the middle, over the mound. Horner can't get it. Got a base hit for Garcia.
I'm almost shocked he didn't come up with it. I don't think that he would have been able to throw out Adolis Garcia running into left field and planting, but nice start for the Phillies here. See Horner ranging to his right.
JT is 0 for 3. Slide to right. He's grounded out a couple times. On the ground to third. Kingery, the second. Whoop! Be his second error of the night.
We'll take it. Whatever gives the Phillies life here. I mean, this game still well in hand. Take a break or two. This is a tailor-made ground ball, and he just throws it in the right field.
Christian Bermudez went out because JT, he's been bothered by that bad back.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they saw something or not. You need that guy to be healthy.
No doubt.
Tommy Hatovi is coming out, the pitching coach for the Cubs. Dansby Swanson will join them on the mound. Alec Bohm is the batter. Alec is 0 for 3 tonight. He did reach on an error in his plate appearance in the 7th inning. He's grounded out twice. Phillies have 2 on. They get one more base runner they could bring the tying run to the plate, and then maybe Ricky and Ben can talk about a Phillies comeback. On Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live.
I like it.
Cubs will play the infield back for 2. And a high fly ball out toward left center field. Picro Armstrong crosses over, though, makes the catch. A run will score, and it's a 7-4 game. That may be one of the brightest swings that we've seen from Alec recently.
Yeah, nice job of hitting there. He drove this ball pretty well. Off the bat, I thought it had a chance to split that gap, but Picro Armstrong can really get after it in the outfield and cover some ground. Had a good jump and made the play.
Brandon Marsh is the hitter. Mid-back spasm for Jose Alvarado.
I hope it's just a spasm and brief.
Oh, 0-2. Phillies need to start again. They've scored 4 runs tonight. But they trail it by 3. On the ground, left side, base hit. And the tying run is coming to the plates. Second hit of the night from Marsh.
Keep pecking away, you never know.
Yeah, again, the Cubs are without their normal closer. Danny Palencia, he has a lat strain. Craig Counsell's coming out. And he's going to go to the bullpen, so a pitching change. Phillies down by 3. Tying run is due up for them when we come back. Bar is on for his 10th ball game. Had a good year last year with the Cubs. So far he's 1 for 1 in save opportunities at an ERA of 2.25, and he's in here in a save situation with 1 out and runners on first and second, and Mundo Sosa will be the hitter.
Kilbar throw a bunch of different types of pitches: 4-seamer, slider, curveball, sweeper.
He has great movement on his pitches. Swing and a miss.
Also got a lot of funk to him. You know, he's got that really high front side and hides that ball from the right-handers and lefties. See him throwing that glove up there.
Righty's hitting just .095 against him. Fouled back by Sosa, 0-2.
.225 ERA coming into the game with 9 games. See his pitch arsenal. Not afraid of his fastball, and it gets on you in a hurry.
Sosa tonight is 0 for 3.
Sort of averages 94 miles an hour, but it's got a little bit more life than that. Looks more like 96 or 97.
Fly ball right field. Suzuki venturing back. He's going to get under it. Realmuto will tag at second, head to third. Phillies down to their final out. Trey Turner.
I'm not going to lie to you, I like this matchup a little bit.
Well, everybody seems due, so. Turner's 0 for 3 tonight. He walked in his first plate appearance. Runner goes from first, pitch taken low. So Marsh goes to second. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Swanson says to everybody, get away. He's under it, makes the catch. And the Cubs have knocked off the Phillies by a final score of 7-4. And the Phillies losing streak reaches 7. The Cubs winning streak reaches 7. Tonight's Chevrolet player of the game is Seiya Suzuki. He was 2 for 4. He had a 2-run home run in the 7th inning. His 441-foot home run is the longest one of the year for the Chicago Cubs. They capitalized on double-digit walks by the Phillies pitchers and a couple hit batters. Our turning point brought to you by Toyota Camry.
Yeah, Tim Mazin came in and just didn't have it. He gave up a couple of really long home runs, a bullet here by Horner, and then an absolute bomb from Seiya Suzuki, player of the game, and that was your Toyota Camry turning point of the game.
Well, something's got to give at some point for the Philadelphia Phillies. They've lost it every which way during this 7-game losing streak. Crossovers coming up, so stay with us.